Thanks for watching Mr. Shoe Guy here on YouTube. So today's video is about using your judgment. Here we've got a pair of boots, and at first glance, if you read my book, if you look at my channel, if you watch videos, if you're into reselling and sourcing, you'd probably think, oh, a pair of boots, good, buy them. Well, you really, if you're just looking at this picture, you really have no idea anything about them. It kind of takes a little bit deeper research before you just go and spend your money on them. First question I'd ask is how much. If you see this pair at a distance, how much would you be willing to spend? Put in the comments what you think. For me, seeing this pair in a distance, I might spend up to maybe 10 bucks not knowing what they are. As I get closer and kind of look more and see what is going on, then I can start to make out the faint outline of a Timberland signal in the symbol in the bottom logo of the shoe. So if you kind of see over here, you see that tree there. Well, that's the Timberland symbol. So you know, this brand is actually pretty popular. They have pretty good quality on their shoes, but if you can look away from the brand for a minute, you'll see that the condition doesn't look all that great. Now this actually happens to be one of my old pairs of boots, so I wasn't crazy enough to actually spend money on these. But even right now, this visual, somebody still might think, well, maybe I should buy these. I don't think they're terrible to buy, but the question is, what price and how much money do you actually expect to make on this pair of boots? That's the question. So it's never just a buy, pick or pass. It's like, how much are you gonna spend? What brand is it? What condition are they in? And how much do you really expect to sell them for? When you're thinking about all of those things, that's when you can start to do this successfully. So now get a chance to look more at the condition of the shoe. You see the laces look pretty terrible. If you zoom in, you can see that they're all frayed, and you'd really need to replace the laces, which at the end of the day, that's not too expensive. I mean, that's a couple dollars, so that's not the end of the world. But then if you kind of look more at the just the top of the sole, you see that there's a good amount of creasing. So if you can see the creasing there, you know that these have been worn quite a bit. Now I'll tell you, just from my own personal experience, I've owned these boots for probably 7 years, and I've worked a lot in them. I've probably done, if I just had to add up all the hours, probably 3 weeks of manual labor in them. I love this pair of boots, although I've taken really good care of them over the years. Here you'll see that there is some indigo from the denim of my raw denim of my jeans that I've actually broken in jeans for several years in. So every time I get a pair of new jeans, I actually put those on and then wear them with these work boots, because these aren't really fashion boots for me. These are just things, these are just shoes that I put on when I don't care about what happens to them. That's why they look like this. They're basically beater boots. When you're out there sourcing boots, you want to see some, you're going to see some wear on them, but you don't want them to look like this. This is what you don't want. If you check out here on the toe, you see that there's all sort of scuffing and nicks and scratches and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get a zoom on here so you can see the level of you know, nicking that you really want to avoid. If you can see, you see that huge one right here. That's the kind of stuff you want to avoid. It's really not that serious, but I just want to call people's attention to the fact that I'm not just buying everything that I see. If I see something like this at a Goodwill, I'm not spending money on it unless it's like less than $5. So I just want people to understand, when you're out there sourcing, whether it's shoes, boots, sandals, sneakers, whatever it is, you have to use your judgment. So this particular pair here, oh, let me actually check out the soles. Didn't do that yet. So if you look at the soles, again, I've taken really good care of these. Now, I've done a lot of work in them, but the soles look like they're pretty good. You don't see holes in the soles. I mean, I know that rhymes. You don't see holes here, though. You don't see the tread being worn down too terribly. So if I saw these just from the soles, I might spend some money on them, but I probably wouldn't spend, you know, more than 20 bucks on this. Why? Because it's Timberland. Now, there are better brands out there. That's what I'm trying to say. So Timberland's not a bad brand. It's actually one of my favorite brands to source. I just probably in this condition, you know, all things considered, I wouldn't spend, you know, maybe more than $10 at the store, and even then that might be too much with the toe. It's not enough, it's not too much for me to spend, because I might be looking for a pair of boots that I only have to spend $10 on that I could work in. But consider what your buyer might be looking for. Maybe they're looking for a pair of brand new boots. So that's what you need to consider. Those are some factors and things that you need to really take into mind and use your judgment when you're out there sourcing shoes for resale. Hope this video helped y'all. You take care and have a great day. Thanks.